Hey there, McGinn. It's Mr. Lohn. Great to be back with you. Hope everyone is doing well. Again, just put up with my voice here. I'm getting there. I know my family's thinking of doing some pumpkin and apple picking this weekend. Maybe you have done that already. Maybe that's still on the radar. But with Halloween coming up, it's a perfect time for that pumpkin picking, apple picking tradition. So let's see what Froggy does when Froggy picks a pumpkin. Here we go. At school, Froggy read a poster. Don't forget, trip to the pumpkin patch tomorrow. Pumpkin picking contest. Next morning, Froggy woke up and looked out the window. A beautiful pumpkin moon was setting, and colorful leaves were falling. Leaves, leaves, cried Froggy. I want to go out and play in the... Whoops! He fell out of bed with a thump. Froggy, called his mother. What? Stop jumping off the bed, dear. Today is your field trip. Oh, yeah, cried Froggy. It's time to pick a pumpkin. And he hopped up and got dressed. Zip, zoop, zup, zup, zip, zip, zap. And flopped into the kitchen. Flop, flop, flop. Singing, pumpkins, pumpkins, muffins and pie. Pumpkin faces lighting the sky. He ate his breakfast of cereal and flies, munch, crunch, munch, and imagined a steaming pumpkin pie. Yum. And a whole line of jack-o'-lanterns outside, lighting the night sky. On the school bus, Froggy bounced in his seat, boing, 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 and led all his friends singing, pumpkins, pumpkins, muffins and pie, pumpkin faces lighting the sky. When they got to the pumpkin patch, he jumped off the bus, flop, 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 and sang, I'm gonna pick a pumpkin, I'm gonna pick a pumpkin. Froggy, called his teacher, Miss Witherspoon. Witherspoon, what? Wait, dear, we're going to have a pumpkin picking contest for the biggest, smallest, prettiest, ugliest, and best all-around pumpkin. Yippee! Cried Froggy, and he took off again, flop, 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 and tripped over a pumpkin, flew through the air, and knocked into another pumpkin. Bonk! Max bounced over 3 small pumpkins and tried to pick up a huge one. It didn't budge. Ugh! Travis said, step aside, and lifted it up. Matthew zigzagged around Max, Travis, and Froggy and picked up the prettiest pumpkin in the world. It was shiny and perfect and just the right size. Frogolina twirled and danced through the pumpkin patch, then squatted down and said, hello, my sweet, and picked up a very small, very dark orange pumpkin and kissed it with a smooch. Froggy hopped up on a gigantic pumpkin and looked all around like a pirate on the bow of a ship and shouted, ahoy there! And he leapfrogged over Frogolina, leapfrogged over Max, leapfrogged over Matthew, flop, flop, splat, and fell smack across a really big pumpkin. He stood up and said, this is the one, and he tried to pick it up. He got up to his knees. Oof. He got up to his chest. Yes. And then he trudged along with his huge pumpkin. Look, look, ugh. Froggy, called Mrs. Witherspoon. What? You're going the wrong way. Whoops, said Froggy, and started huffing. Max yelled, last one in is a rotten egg. Everyone else ran with their pumpkins, and Travis rolled his big one with a rumble, rumble, rumble. When Froggy finally got there, he was too pooped to pop and tripped and smashed his pumpkin. Smush! Oops, cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. Everybody laughed, even Mrs. Witherspoon. And then she said, and now for the winners of the pumpkin picking contest. For biggest, Travis. For smallest, Max. Max lifted his hat, and there, atop his head, was a pumpkin the size of a golf ball. For prettiest, Matthew. And for the best all around, Frogolina. Hers is a pie pumpkin, great for baking. Frogolina said, hello, my sweet, and kissed it with a smooch. Then Miss Witherspoon said, "And for the ugliest pumpkin, yours, Froggy." Oh, what a mess. And everyone cheered. Hip, hip, hooray. Even Froggy. And on the bus ride home, Froggy sang, "Pumpkins, pumpkins, muffins and pie, pumpkin faces lighting the sky." And all his friends sang with him. So boys and girls, I hope you have an amazing weekend. Maybe a few of you will go out apple or pumpkin picking. If that happens, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. You have a good 3-day weekend, McGinn, and we'll see you back real soon. Take care.